Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the propaganda machine. This is the match review for Arsenal 0, Inter Milan 1 in the Champions League. And it was quite a dull affair if we're being honest. The game started with Inter Milan, they flew out the traps. They had Arsenal penned back in their own half for at least the first 10 to 12 minutes. Within the first 2 minutes, Denzel Dumfries smashed a shot on the crossbar, and then Hakan Çalhanoğlu took a shot from outside the box that just went wide, and it looked like it was going to be such a long day at the office. But then after that, Arsenal settled into the game for the next 10-15 minutes. They just started slowing down the tide of Inter Milan attacks, getting on the ball. And then as the half started going on, Arsenal started taking over, getting more possession, started getting a lot of corners. I think they had 7 corners in that first half. So a lot of the time the play was being played in Inter Milan's half, but there was no real penetration. It was just a lot of foreplay. And on the edge of half time, Inter Milan got a free kick, crossed it into the box, and there was a flick on and it hit Mikel Merino on his hand. I don't know if it's a handball, but I guess in the Champions League it is different rules and they are a lot more harsh, so we had to take that on the chin. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, they said he scored 18 out of his last 18. Of course he was gonna make it 19. Inter 1-0 heading into half time. Arsenal also had a penalty shout as well. Before that, Mikel Merino got to a header first and the goalkeeper Jan Sommer 2 hands punched him in his head. We have seen a lot of those given. I've seen that given in Champions League and I've seen it given in, I think it was the World Cup or the Euros, where I think it was Hugo Lloris when he punched someone in the head after he got to the header first. So I have seen them given. It weren't given. Yeah, I don't really have no complaints about that, to be fair, because you sometimes get it, you sometimes don't. With those 50-50 decisions, you can't be too angry. If it goes for you, you're happy. If it goes against you, you kind of just you swallow it. Second half started, Arsenal made a change. Merino come off for Gabriel Jesus, and Arsenal, they looked a bit more attacking. It weren't for the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes was a bit and ahhing, just keeping possession. But then they started to get more and more in Inter Milan's half and pinned them back in their own half, as you'd expect a reaction, because Arsenal were a goal down and they needed a goal. Once again, the corners started. We got a few corners. Gabriel almost, well, it weren't Gabriel, it was one of the Inter Milan players. He almost scored an own goal, but Denzel Dumfries cleared it off the line. That was Arsenal's best chance to date. Inter Milan header, almost scoring the own goal. And then our best chance of the game fell to Kai Havertz. The ball came to him in the box and it was a fantastic block from Bissek. That was magnificent. It was probably going to be a goal. Someone put in a ball. I think Kai Havertz controlled it on his thigh and laced it towards goal from inside the box. But Bissek put his body on the line and it was a fantastic block. he would have probably been my man of the match because he looks like a fantastic player. They say that he isn't one of their main starters. He's more of a reserve player because they did make 5 or 6 changes. But yeah, he looks like quite a player. And for the rest of the game, Arsenal didn't really do nothing. And it ended 1-0. Can Arsenal have much complaints? Not really. Because in a game with fine margins, you gotta ask yourself, the first question you ask yourself is, did you do enough to win? If the answer is no, then yeah, you can't really complain at losing. We'll now go into the 5 takeaways. The first takeaway, we'll start with the positives. Like I said, the second half was a lot better. I was looking for a response and they tried. They did try in that second half. There was a bit more urgency, a bit more intent, a lot more crosses. I don't know if that was the game plan or if that's just how it planned out because they didn't have a way of breaking down Inter Milan. But yeah, they did try in that second half, and from that second half performance, if we got a draw, it would be a much deserved point that we would have got. No one could have had no complaints, but like I said, we didn't do enough to win. That is the main issue here. And even Wanyeri showed a little spark in the game, the only real bit of quality, but obviously his shot was wayward, but he just showed a little glimpse of what he can do. And yeah, this is quite frustrating for us as Arsenal fans because we know what kind of a talent we have there and we just want to see him a bit more. Next takeaway, we got our hardest fixture out of the way, the Inter Milan away game, and now next game we have Sporting. I don't know what Sporting we're gonna expect to see as they're gonna have a new manager, because if Almiron was there after that 4-1 beating of Man City, whew, I would not want to be playing that game. But now, luckily for Arsenal, they're going to have a new manager. We don't know how that is going to play out, but you'd expect them to have a slight drop off, even if it is 2%. Then we play Monaco and Dinamo Zagreb in the 2 games after that. At home, I'd expect 6 points from those games. And we finish it off with Girona. So you'd expect 3 wins guaranteed. 3 wins and a draw might be enough to qualify in the top 8. But we're currently sat in 12th position, 4 places off the top 8. So I guess we're going to see how that plays out. Next takeaway. We've drawn a blank again. 3 blanks in the last 6 games. Our transfer dealings are really, really coming back to bite us in the backside. Our only attacking reinforcement we got was Raheem Sterling. Did Raheem Sterling play today? No. So can someone please tell me why in the effing hell did we get Raheem Sterling? For what? For what? To bring him closer to his family. Car, he's from Northwest. So what? We're North. What, it's round the corner? Is that why we brought him? Is this a youth club now? Because this is crazy. We're drawing blanks. It's not looking good for us right now. It is not looking good. Yeah, I've looked at the positives, but now we need a bit of balance. Havertz is trying. He's actually got 7 goals this season, which isn't a bad return. Saka, once again, the only real attacking threat. Martinelli just crossing balls in blindly, aimlessly. Some good crosses, some just wayward crosses. Trossard in that 10 is anonymous. It's really, really poor from Arsenal. And we have Chelsea next game. They will score against us. I cannot see us going there and getting a 1-0. So we're going to need to start scoring again sooner rather than later. My only positive is that against the bigger teams, we seem to play a lot better than against teams that we as fans think, oh yeah, we'll beat them. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on this weekend. Fourth takeaway, we are on a bad run of form. As well as 3 blanks in the last 6 games, we go one step further. And now it is only 2 wins in the last 6 games. 3 defeats, 1 draw, and 2 wins. That is so poor. The only 2 teams we've beat are Shakhtar Donetsk, who don't even have a home stadium. They're not even allowed to play in their country. Imagine that. And we scraped a 1-0 win past them. And Preston. Those are the 2 teams. Preston North End from the Championship. The only thing I know Preston for, I think David Beckham was on loan there in the 90s. So this form is very, very worrying. And it needs to be turned around pretty quickly. On a positive note, we have our captain back, so that should give us some added creativity in the middle. But yeah, I need to see a change in fortunes pretty fast because I know, along with most of you guys, this must be getting very, very depressing. The 5th and final takeaway. Mikel Arteta. He made the sub at half time. I thought, oh, okay, this is something we don't usually see unless it's an injury or something. But it looked like a attacking tactical change from Arteta, and I was like, yes, well done, Arteta. This is what I want to see. I want to see you make changes early. And then 60 minutes. We haven't equalized, nothing. 70 minutes. We haven't equalized, nothing. 80 minutes. We're thinking, oh my days. We're looking at our clock and that. We're like, Joe, brother, what's going on here? There's like 10 minutes left. What's going on? Where's the changes? And this seems to be a recurring theme with Mikel Arteta. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to talk about it, but I just don't think that he's evolving as a manager. And this is what is worrying me for this season. the changes he makes, they're not brave enough. We could see it's like the 60th minute. We have Martinelli and we have Trossard. They're on the pitch. They're doing nothing. I've already said they shouldn't be on the pitch at the same time together. It's just, I don't know. There's something not quite right. I don't know what it is. But you could see both players were ineffective. Trossard, especially ineffective. I know why he likes to leave Martinelli on because it's a potential output. But he doesn't seem to be utilizing that speed, and the team don't seem to be utilizing it. So I don't know what is going on. The team not have faith in him, because even there was one time in the match, David Raya got the ball, and Martinelli, the first thing he should have been doing is sprinting into space, because he had clear grass in front of him. The right back had vacated his position, Dumfries, but Martinelli was just jogging. David Raya had to tell him, go, this space, run, run, run. And then he's thrown him the ball. But by then, the defender has got back and they've met at the same time. And I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, what the hell is going on there? Why does he need the goalkeeper to tell him to make an attacking movement? Yeah, this is crazy. And Arteta, you don't want to bring on Ethan. Ethan, come on, he's showing a bit of quality. You're giving him 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Brother, start him. Why are you so scared? We're losing games again and again, and you're still not playing the man. What is it going to take? You've brought in Raheem Sterling. He's not even playing. Fair enough. You've probably seen it's a my bad. So, well done. You're learning. We got Gabriel Jesus. You brought him on. I would have brought on Ethan. I think that was the right thing to do. Marino for Ethan. Let Ethan play. But no. I don't know, man. This is very, very frustrating for me because at the start of the season, I backed us to win the league, but every week that passes by, my faith is disintegrating. It's diminishing. So, guys, that's been the 5 takeaways. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Sorry for being depressing, but the Gunners lost again. Bless people.